I wanted to explain how both left-wing people and right-wing people, and in this instance, it's going to be left-wing people and right-wing people that are being reactionary as in emotional, and they're either being reactionary leftists or they're being reactionary right-wingers. So both sides are actually equally sensitive, right? The left doesn't like it when you lie about left-leaning things or you use certain talking points. And the right wing doesn't like it if you attack their, like their cult of personalities, meaning that, people that they're fans of. Like if you criticize someone that they like, this is just like fandom type things that when you see someone that you like a celebrity, you get like offended and peed off, angry and frustrated because they've criticized someone you like. So I just want to explain how this opinion on this idea that it's only like left wing people or reactionary leftists, meaning woke people, are the only ones that are sensitive. When it's both like left wing civilians and right wing civilians, that actually get like super hypersensitive. If you like say something that I think is a lie about the left, I get extremely annoyed and frustrated, especially with my OCPD and behavior as a result of OCPD creating like different behavioral problems. But at the same time, then, like I've talked to people that either think they're conservative or think they're right wing, and if I say anything bad about someone they like, which I think is just being truthful and honest about someone they like, but if I attack them, no matter what, they get hypersensitive as well. So even right wing civilians get offended when you say the wrong thing. So it's just like it's not just left wing people, and it's right wing people as well that need safe spaces. So both left wing people and right wing people, need safe spaces. And speaking of safe spaces, the reason why they exist is because sometimes people have psychological trauma as a result of abuse at home or going through abusive bullying in schools and stuff like that. So everybody kind of needs their own comfort zone and safety zones, or safe spaces as they're called. And that's what it basically means to be in like a critical bubble. It means to be in like a safe space. And everybody needs a safe space, because this isn't necessarily about politics. This is just psychological behavior, like in general psychological behavior. Everybody is sensitive to certain like trigger words and certain trigger topics and things like that. Everybody is sensitive. So, stop pretending it's just the left, it's the so-called imaginary woke people that are hypersensitive, but it's the right-wing civilians that fall for stuff as well that get hypersensitive. So, both sides need to learn resiliency training and emotional control training. And I think what would help as well is if everybody needs like conversation therapy. So everybody gets sensitive. Stop saying it's just the left wing people. That's just a lie. It's not true. Everybody is sensitive in this like political climate, which this political climate is pretty much created down to social media. And it's a negative effect of social media. Now that doesn't mean you should ban media. It just means you should concentrate on education and improving people's communication and improving people's improving people's psychology and mental health, which is something we should be doing it in schools, and we should be doing it at home more and more and more. Is trying to like get some way to get everybody in schools and at home, start learning these psychological skills and these psychological things that will actually help people, especially when you have like this age of misinformation and disinformation and propaganda online that is openly and readily available, everywhere. Where it's the most destructive, the most argumentative, disruptive, creative, the disruption creating content ends up feeding the algorithm more. Because, quite a lot of time people want to be peed off and people want to be annoyed and people want to be angry. And, this is why it's important that we all need emotional control, resiliency training, and communication, improving our communication skills. Everybody needs it. And that's one of the things I discuss in my origin problem solutions video, which I produced recently in the last few days. And, the date is like January the 15th, Thursday, 2016. I'm recording this video at 18:10. But anyway, so yeah, everybody is hypersensitive. It's not just exclusively to the left. And I'll end there.